morning, East Castle Place. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Welcome to this edition of Coffee with Tyler. Hope you have your cup of joe, cup of tea, or whatever your cup of choice is. I'm gonna join me in the first sip of the show. All right, so hope everybody's doing well. I need to first apologize for last week. I understand that there was an airing on the show that was supposed to happen last Thursday. I was out of the office and I failed to communicate with my replacement. So I apologize to all of you out there that are watching this, that tuned in last week for a Coffee with Tyler. I do apologize and I hope you can forgive me, but here we are. We're back this week. I had a nice vacation. Actually, it was a staycation. Stayed in the state of Wisconsin and found myself on the golf courses of Wisconsin. Took in some of the beautiful weather. Was able to spend some time with my wife and pup, and you know, had a couple nice cookouts as well. So again, thanks for your understanding that. Again, I apologize, but here we are. Let's jump into it on this edition of Coffee with Tyler. All right. So, first things first, COVID-19. A lot has been being said in the news, and there's a lot of things that are happening with COVID-19 as this remains very, very fluid. And so you've seen the rise in COVID-19 cases in Milwaukee as well as across the nation. And you know, we're still taking our guidance from the CDC, the Wisconsin Department of Health, as well as guidance from LCS. And through our testing process, you all should have received a memo stating that we did have an employee test positive for COVID-19. Now, the employee, per privacy standards, I can share with you, was asymptomatic and was part of a testing group of roughly 25 employees. So again, the individual is doing well. They remain at home, self-quarantining, self-isolating for the next 2 weeks. They're already in that period. And we have gone back and we've traced back to individuals that may have been affected by or may have been exposed to the employee. If you're watching this and you're saying, well, I got the memo, but I never was contacted, know that the exposure risk to you was not there. And so we know that this is a time of apprehension, and this is a time of, you know, a little bit of, I don't want to say unknown, but again, I'm optimistic, and I say that confidently and optimistic in hopes that I instill some confidence in you in knowing that we've taken the proper protocols in wearing our masks. And again, you need to wear these. This is still our best defense. I know that there's different things that are out there. Time and time again, when I come back to the different articles, it seems that the mask wearing and social distancing is our best defense in mitigating the risk and spread of COVID-19. Now, this employee, although did test positive, the other 24 employees that were tested, and some were in the similar area of the employee, all tested negative. And so we're taking the continued precautions. We've done some testing of the individuals and we're waiting those results. I will have an update for you if you're watching this on Thursday, today, with some of those results. Hopefully sharing the good news, and then also what we're doing moving forward. Now, we do have our last group of employees that are set to be tested today and tomorrow. And then look for a memo next week as far as testing for independent living residents. We're getting further clarification. Again, we have a little bit of a hiccup here with this positive COVID case, so we're having to retrace some steps, which are taking up some tests. But I'm going to work with Teresa, I'm going to work with the team to formalize that plan and have that out to you early next week as far as when you can expect to be tested. Again, it's completely voluntary, and at this time we do have the testing capabilities. You know, we've gone back and we've retested some individuals that may have shown a symptom. Again, all those tests have come back negative. That's what I want to reiterate. This is the first positive test that we've had since the testing began. We've done now over 200 tests. And again, this is why we test. And so the individual, again, is doing well. They're self-isolating at home. They were asymptomatic, no signs of any of the COVID symptoms. And unfortunately, this has been seen. And so I know I've spoken with a number of you. And again, I appreciate your understanding of this, and I appreciate your support. But with that testing, and with the positive test, we are going to delay our next steps of opening the community. And that delay is going to be at least 2 weeks, if not more. And again, the reason behind that is, well, first let me back up. So I think I've communicated with you, but as a reminder, we're doing a phased approach into reopening or reintroducing things into the community. So the first part of that was really reintroducing the fitness center and the pool and some small group activities and some of those types of things. The exterior courtyards, for instance, and we'll talk about those a little bit later. But those were all introduced in what we call Phase 1. Phase 1 was approved by the Board of Directors, it was approved by my superiors at LCS, and that's how we rolled it out to the community. Now Phase 2 is supposed to start next week. I have it lined up, and since the positive case that we found out actually Sunday evening into Monday, we rolled that back. And I'm taking back the steps we were going to take until this resolves, until we kind of see how this unfolds. And I hope you can understand that. And I hope you can appreciate the steps that we're taking, or rather not taking, to see, again, how this unfolds. Now at this time, I am not, entertaining or I'm not retaking back things that have been open. For instance, I'm not looking at shutting down the fitness center at this time because, again, the employee was asymptomatic. The employee, we've gone back through contact tracing, and I feel the community at large is fairly low at risk. The individual is wearing their masks at all times appropriately, things of that nature. And so, again, that's where I'm still comfortable with the fitness center being open. Now that's not to say that if you say, Tyler, I'm not comfortable, I do not want to, by all means, please take those steps that you feel comfortable with. Please continue to take those steps that you feel are good for you and your loved one. What I'm looking at is the community as a whole. Again, some of you have approached me and said, Tyler, why aren't X, Y, and Z open? And I've had to have those tougher conversations. I hate saying it, but again, for the community as a whole, I need to make sure that we're doing what's in the best interest of the whole, so to speak. And so that's why we're taking, again, the steps and why we're delaying the second phase of opening or reintroducing some things back into the community. Again, at this time, I don't have a set time frame for when that is going to happen. All I can tell you is it's going to be delayed. The next phase was supposed to start next week, Tuesday, and that's not happening. You'll see that in the memo that you should have today as well, on Thursday. Again, this is a very, very fluid situation. We're going on month 4 of this, and so again, throughout this entire time, it's been very fluid, and you've been very responsive and accepting and understanding of everything that has been put in front of you, and for that I applaud you and I thank you. I cannot say that enough. I'm so fortunate to work alongside such a fantastic team, to work with such a fantastic group of residents that understand that understand we're all in this together. And so with that, that's kind of the outset. That's the outlook that I have for you at this time. Again, things change, things are fluid. That's why you received a memo on Monday as opposed to the usual weekly memo that you received on Thursday. Now you'll receive those weekly updates again with the information that I have. But again, I want to be as transparent and communicative with you as possible. The communication is not always easy. The communication is not always what I want. It's not always the best news, again. But at the same time, I don't want to hide anything from you. You've trusted the process this far. This isn't over. It's not going to be over next week. We're still in this together. And so that's why the communication will continue from me. It'll continue from East Castle Place in general. And again, the communication will go to your loved ones. For those of you that have the emails, you're welcome to share that with your loved ones. If you have an email address that you want me to send, I have a group that I've been sending to throughout the course. I've been adding to that. Feel free to let Maureen or myself know, those individuals that want that communication, want that information. Again, your family support has been incredible. And without them, you know, we also wouldn't be here. So again, I guess at the end of the day, what I'm saying is we're still in this together. Bumps in the road, very fluid situation, unprecedented times. I think I've said it before. I didn't take a course in how to navigate COVID-19. I think anybody that told you they had would be a liar. I think there's a lot to learn from this. I think we're still learning from this. But at the end of the day, we're still in this together. And we're going to be in this together, hand in hand. So, well, virtual hand in hand, again, social distancing, wanting to mitigate the spread. So again, that's where you're going to see that. So, as always, if you have questions, if you have concerns, send me an email, send me a phone call, stop by. Stop me in the hallway. Those interactions are what are the reason I'm here. I'm here for you. And so that's, again, how we're going to continue to get through this. It's still, again, it's not a sprint. It is a marathon. I don't know where the end is. I don't know, you know, what that new normal looks like, or even if anybody knows what that new normal looks like. You know, we've seen across Milwaukee, we've seen in the state of Wisconsin, unfortunately the states of Arizona, Texas, things of that nature have really seen some pretty significant increases. Again, I expect the increases to continue. Testing has continued to increase, and so again, we're going to stay the course in our testing, and we're going to take it day by day. So, with that, as always, please let me know if you have questions or concerns. I must say and must encourage you all, which again I've seen you all adhere to, but I'm going to say it again, broken record. Please wear these. Please wear your masks. This is a medical grade. I'm just reaching back here. This is a mask, one of my favorites. My niece actually made this one for me. Believe it or not, she's going to be going into high school next year, which I can't even imagine or fathom, but my niece is pretty crafty, and she made these early on for myself. These are the cloth types. These are still recommended for you when you are out in those common areas. Again, socially distancing, taking those precautionary steps are what we have to do. And again, for a few of you out there, I know you like the demonstration. When you wear the mask should be here. This, with my nose exposed, is not effective. This defeats the entire purpose of the mask. Proper mask wearing. Over the nose, right? You see my nose is completely covered. Mouth is covered around the bottom of the chin. Okay? Not good. Definitely not good. Fantastic. When you take the mask off, take it off, store it in a paper bag or in a breathable area, and you can reuse it. So, we do not have masks available for necessarily residents at large. We are still asking that you provide your own, but in the interim, if you need something, let me know. We've been able to help out and accommodate some, but again, I encourage you to wear those masks, disinfect them properly, etc., etc. So those are still a must. They're a must for our employees. They're a must for you. Exterior courtyard visits, just want to touch on those briefly. Those seem to be going well. Thank you for your cooperation. I know that a couple of you said, Tyler, why not the weekends? We're trying to staff that area, although we are asking that you disinfect it yourselves. We are also trying to staff that area with a person. Also for the safety and security of this community, we want to make sure that gates open and closed when staff are here, and the weekends just are a little bit, I don't want to say less staffed, but from a maintenance standpoint, etc., we do not quite have the personnel. But at the same time, if you have those requests, if you're like, Tyler, it's the only time my family member can make it, let me know. I will work with you. That's my promise to you. We will work together in this. All right. That's the COVID-19 update. I know personal protective equipment has kind of been another buzzword. I want you to know East Castle Place staff are adequately equipped with personal protective equipment. Our suppliers seem to have caught up. We do have a solid surplus at this time, and I'm going to knock on wood. And our staff are continuing to be properly equipped and have the equipment available to them that they are wearing properly. You know, it's there for them to work safely at East Castle Place. But we do have ample supply, so I want you to rest assured there that our staff are being protected in that regard. Lastly, I'll move on to the next segment. So that's COVID-19 in a nutshell. I know there's a lot of information. Hopefully the memo will clear some of that up. As always, shoot me an email, stop by my office. Happy to discuss any of that with you. Whew. Lot there. All right. Speaking of COVID-19, our health center, as you know, is the highest regulated area of our community. It's our skilled nursing, our 5-star rated health center. And the Wisconsin Department of Health came in, did their infection control. I may have mentioned this in the State of the Castle, but I want you to know that the infection control survey happened virtually. That they came in again on site for roughly 2 hours. They saw all of our protocols, everything our team was doing up there, observed staff putting on PPE, taking PPE off, doing resident care, etc., etc. And I must tell you that the state was very impressed. We had 0 deficiencies, 0 citations. So again, a pat on the back and applaud for our health center staff and Lindsay and the team. And they even asked for further recommendations. They said, what did you see? I know we don't have any citations. Is there anything you've seen elsewhere? Have you seen anything that we could maybe improve upon? And the state surveyor said, really no. Everything she saw was going well. What was to standard, was to code, and even was actually impressed and said that they were going to steal some of the things that we were doing for other homes that were struggling a little bit more. So again, we're all in this together. I applaud the team. Feel confident in the 5-star health center that you have on our 4th and 5th floor of Bradford Terrace, and again our nurses and CNAs and housekeeping staff, maintenance, food and beverage, all the team activities is working very hard, and I'm so appreciative of Lindsay V. Goot's leadership in that area. All right, just a few other items, activities. Laura and the team have been doing a fantastic job and really thinking outside the box. I know that we had a concert series last week. That was fantastic. I think Laura's going to try to continue those. I love, again, the Castle Connections. Thank you for those. Just incredible, the creativity and the authors that we have out there. So keep those coming. I'm so appreciative of that. I know Laura's continuing with the happy hours. Hope you're seeing those door to door. And again, if there's something that you have an idea for, let us know. That's what we're here for, to make sure we stay engaged. I know a lot of you have been on Zoom. I'm so excited for you to take on that new technology. I know a lot of you are taking on channel 955, Mike Brever's program, Laura Wangler's program, the auction down at the treasure chest. All those pieces are fantastic. Hope you are appreciating those. One thing I do need to say, the garden, I may need to steal a few of you residents for a day or two and get my home garden looking like the resident garden out there. My goodness, it is beautiful. I walked past that courtyard, and yesterday I was up on the 3rd floor taking a peek at some empty apartments, and man, I just took a moment and I looked down at the garden, and I think I saw Roy Johnson down there doing some watering, and my oh my, the garden is beautiful. So thank you for that. Keep up the great work. I know that that's a lot of hard work by many of you, and so glad to see that that has happened. Glad to see that that is happening. Keep up the good work. So again, kudos to our garden committee. Kudos to the gardening that's going on out there at East Castle Place on the interior courtyard. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, stop by the garden, take a outside look there. It's beautiful. It really, really is. So thank you to the garden committee for all you're doing and staying active. While you're out there, I'll give you my other public service announcement. You see I have another bottle of water. I have to stress, I know a couple of you are out there gardening hard. I know many of you are going on your walks. Continue those. Those are good for your physical well-being, your social, and just mental state. But I must tell you, you should bring one of these. Bring a water bottle. Take a sip of water. I know personally it's something that I've been trying to do a much better job at in staying hydrated. Hydration is key. When you get 90 degrees and 70% humidity, I mean, it feels like 100. And that's not good for anyone, especially for those that are over the age of 60. So again, please, please, please take precautions when you are outside. Take the breaks that you need. Don't spend long periods of time outside. Bring your bottles of water. Stay hydrated. When you wake up in the morning, have your glass of water and your cup of coffee, and before you go to bed, have your glass of water. Throughout the day, have water available to you. It also helps prevent just dehydration and the other things that come along with that. So best practice, stay hydrated. If you have any questions regarding the food, again, let Carlos and the team know. Their comments, I know they've been putting comment cards in with the bags at night. We appreciate your comments. Really appreciate what the staff are doing. They are working hard. I know it's been now 3-4 months. They're doing some menu changes, things of that nature. Trying to do everything that we can to make that as enjoyable, as useful as possible. If you have ideas, if you have items, let Carlos know, let myself know, and I'll pass those along to Steph, Kathleen, and the team as they continue to prepare your food. What else do I have for you? Not too much. I will give you a little cliffhanger. We have some new technology that's going to be coming to the front desk area. I'm working with Teresa and the team up there, and it'll help kind of streamline some of the paperwork up there for signing in. So I'll tell you more about that in the upcoming episodes. We'll be getting trained on that. Again, I just appreciate everybody's warm welcome back. And again, I apologize for the snafu with the Coffee with Tyler last week. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. If for some reason the show has to be canceled, we'll make sure that we get that posted on Touchdown. And or, guess what, it'll be a coffee with somebody else. With that, I don't have too much else for you other than to really just stay well. Stay well. I know that there's a lot out there. I know that the news can be quite alarming. And that's obviously related to COVID as well as the other items that are going on in the world today. Excuse me, cup of coffee. But again, I want you to know that we're going to continue to work in the best interest of you. I'm going to continue to stay optimistic. I'm going to continue to stay confident that we're going to get through this. And my confidence is always because you're alongside me. I have a great group of staff members, from the dishwashers and the CNAs all the way up through the director team, that are right by my side, helping me through this, helping you through this, helping each other through this. We're a team. We'd be lost if we weren't a team, and we've only gotten this far because we are a team. So we're going to continue that. We're going to continue that, going with our motto of ECP Strong, or East Castle Place Strong. That's been our motto since the beginning. Staff continue to be in good spirits. The team, we had strawberry sundaes yesterday that were passed out. I think we went through over 2 gallons of ice cream. The staff really appreciated that. I think we're doing a mac and cheese bake-off sometime soon. So again, just a lot of fun stuff, a lot of things that we're doing for the staff, and really just trying to keep their spirits up. So you can do that as well. Please continue to give everybody the kudos that are so well deserved. Your words of encouragement are forever appreciated, and are forever, like I said, appreciated. So with that, on a personal note, do want to let you know, thank you for all the warm wishes with my future soon-to-be a father of I'm sure a beautiful son, as long as he gets his mom's looks. But I want to tell you that my wife Stephanie is doing well. She sends her best. She's fortunate to be able to work from home right now, and is doing quite well. We've surpassed close to the 6-month mark, so time has flown, and nursery's pretty well put together. Still got a few other items, but we have a little bit of time here, and yeah, it still hasn't quite hit me, but I'm sure it will, but Steph is a trooper. She's doing fantastic. Very fortunate to have her, obviously. I'm trying to do my best in supporting her, yeah, so that's on a personal note. The pup is doing all right. Everything else is great. My niece, like I said earlier in the program, she's going to be in high school. We have her confirmation coming up, that I'm so proud of her. She's a wonderful, wonderful now young lady. Can't believe how quick she's grown up. And my nephew was able to see him as well, and he's going into 7th grade, and so he's a tough little guy. Not even little. He's taller than his sister. So, and then lastly, I have a beautiful little niece, Addison May. That was my sister's first one. She's now 4 months, doing fantastic, and just everybody's doing well. So thank you for letting me share a little bit of a personal side to end the coffee with Tyler. But again, as always, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any concerns. We're excited. I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you for taking some time out of your day today to sit and watch. And as always, I'll sign off with a sip. Everybody stay well, stay hydrated, stay cool, and most importantly, stay awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.